Hey, congrats. First off, just what was sort of your reaction to this opportunity? And I'm not sure how familiar you are with what the Packers do as far as the scheme, but what do you think about how you potentially fit here in Green Bay?
I was just really excited for the opportunity, to come to such a historic franchise and be able to play on a solid defense. I feel like we have some really good players here on the front, back end, and we got some good young linebackers. So for me, my job is to try to come in, learn the defense as quickly as I can, and try to pass along as much of my knowledge as I can to these younger guys so they can become the players they're capable of being.
Yeah, and I know you obviously had that 1 year with Matt in Atlanta. I don't know how many times your guys, crossed paths, but did you have very many interactions with him or anything that he said to you, since you got here?
Yeah, I used to talk to Matt every day. Like Matt used to come over and talk to us all the time. So like I had a really good relationship with him. Like I see him every day. I spoke to him every day. So coming here was a pretty easy decision because I already knew who he was. I know what kind of guy he is, what kind of guys he wants on his team. He's a character guy, and that goes a long way for me.
DeAndre, welcome to Green Bay. What do you expect, or what should we expect out of you once you get up to speed here and you get comfortable and familiar with everything, and they take the gloves off and turn you loose, hopefully, in training camp?
I mean, my job is to do whatever I'm asked to do, like I feel like I have very little limitations in my game. So whatever it is that this coaching staff wants me to do, I'm just going to go out and do it to the best of my ability.
De'Vondre, Darius Josh with CBS 58. I'm just wondering, what has it been like kind of getting to know some of the vets on this team, guys who've been here a couple of years? What has it been like getting to know them and kind of getting assimilated with them out on the field?
It's cool, man. A lot of these guys have been very welcoming, and that's all you can really ask when you're coming into a new situation, especially coming in as late as I am, like with this being the last week and having very little time to kind of get acclimated. So they've been very welcoming. Everybody's introducing themselves, asking me if I need anything to holler. So it's just making me feel really comfortable, and that's all I can ask for at this point.
Yeah, and to kind of follow up off of that, I mean, how much does that help being able to actually get in here, get the playbook, before these guys break and, probably, be able to catch up by the time you get back in late July?
That's probably the biggest thing, honestly, being able to get in here, talk with the coaches and really pick their brains and try to get some information from them before we get this little small break before we have to report back to training camp. Like I didn't want to come into training camp not having any type of football in me other than last season. So like I said, it's been really good getting out on the field, getting back into a playbook.
And De'Vondre, I apologize because I'm sure you've told this story a dozen times already, but how did you go about finding football? What was it that got you out for it originally in high school, and why do you think it was such a good fit once you did start playing?
I've always kind of played backyard football, street football, and everybody always is like, man, you should try out, and play organized football, but I just really wasn't feeling it, and I kind of was doing other stuff, and it just all my friends were playing, so I gave it a shot, and I was considered a late bloomer because I never played little league or anything like that, so a lot of the stuff was new to me, like I didn't really know how to put shoulder pads on my first time, but it was all an experience, and everything I've been through in my football career led me to be here today.
Andre, I think Matt yesterday said that you offer something in the group that they don't really have right now. You're long, you're lean, you're tall. How does that work to your advantage at the inside backer position?
Like you said, it allows me to be able to play and use my strengths to my advantages, my length and my speed. Most linemen are 6'4", 6'5", and so am I. So when they're trying to climb on me, I can use my length to keep them away from me and try to find the ball. And also, when I'm in coverage against tight ends, most of them are bigger guys. So usually it's a mismatch if a safety or a corner is on them, like it's not really a mismatch with me because I can match up with them.
Yeah, I was wondering, as a Florida guy, obviously you went to Minnesota, got used to the Midwest there. I guess how's it feel to be back kind of in the Midwest? I know you played the Packers a few times during your career, but I guess just how's it feel to be back and have a Midwest team be your home team again?
I mean, I kind of live in the Midwest, so I'm always here, but like I kind of said earlier, you know, when you see the G, it speaks for itself, you know, a historical organization. So just having a chance to play for such a high class organization, like you see the difference immediately. Everybody's welcoming, even like GM, the staff, everybody, even offensive coaches, you know, introducing themselves to me like that's what a first class organization is all about. And, you know, I'm seeing it firsthand.
You talked about being a late bloomer and coming into football late. What were your expectations when you started playing? Were you surprised at the progress you made, or just what was your thinking as soon as when you first started?
No, I mean, I always know what I'm capable of. I don't never doubt myself. You know, if I do something, I know I can always be really good at it. Like I always knew I was a good football player just based off of, you know, like I said, playing sandlot football. I was always really fast, could always move. So that was always there. It was just a matter of learning football in itself, you know, scheme, technique, different coverages, you know, all that type of stuff.
De'Vondre, where were you working out, or what was sort of the plan for you this offseason as you were kind of waiting for that call and that next opportunity?
So I live in Minnesota, so I've really been there training with my trainer and just kind of hanging out, waiting for the right opportunity. And the right opportunity came, and you know I jumped on it.